Greetings, all you huntsmen and huntswomen out there. I'm Duuz-Diz-Din, and I am finally ready to dive into Rwby, Season 7, Volume 7. This is Volume 7, Episode 1, titled The Greatest Kingdom. Now, this episode was actually kind of planned to be the finale to Season 6, ending at a certain point, a very poignant point, but they felt that them arriving at Atlas would be the better showstopper, the stopping on the majesty of the Kingdom of Atlas, which was true. It was a great moment, and it's still a great moment. The beautifully illustrated, and I do mean illustrated, that is definitely not fully rendered, but the beautifully illustrated Kingdom of Atlas hangs in the sky, a beacon for all who see it, and we also notice that various ships are deployed all over. And something doesn't sit right with the crew. They're just like, that doesn't seem right. And even Weiss comments, yeah, all of our ships just being deployed, being scrambled in battle formations, that's not right. So she tries to get in contact with her sister. Um, but ultimately, it's decided that we get to see the city. We get to see it in all its glory. And honestly, I love it. I love seeing this because with each new season, the people working on this series get better. The lighting, the texturing, just everything goes up a notch every season. And I just have to comment on how impressive that is. What's also impressive is the fact that propaganda is being played basically 24 hours. Like, videos of General Ironwood just talking and just putting everything out there and just like, oh, we are the greatest kingdom, blah blah blah, this and that, and everyone kind of comments, man, Ironwood, you be looking haggard as a mug. Like Crow just feels kind of like something's not right here. Something is definitely wrong. There are soldiers patrolling the streets, just like it's just martial law. It's very much martial law. And they keep being hailed by Atlas Base about landing. It's just like, you're off course. What are you doing, Manta? And they kind of have to kind of come to a decision about where they should go. And they notice that we also have Winter up just doing the propaganda thing as well. So, Crow definitely feels that something is off. Crow definitely feels that they can't trust Winter or even Ironwood until they know exactly what's going on, despite Weiss's protests. But Maria has come up with an idea. She knows someone in Mantle that should be able to help them. So they ditch the ship and they go walking through the streets with them noticing that there are also cameras just kind of taking pictures of them at random intervals. Although Yang kind of takes care of one of these cameras personally. But Maria notes that, Mantle was, created as a place where you could look up to the city of Atlas and find hope. But looking around, especially at the workers who are slaving away down in the dust mines, not so much a symbol of hope when you're just looking up at it. And, Blake is just completely against any of this, especially considering what the Faunus had to go through in the past. Yeah, she's never one for any form of oppression. However, this gains the ire of two drunken men, well, one in particular, who goes ranting and raving about how Atlas is the greatest kingdom in the world. We wouldn't be in this position if not for us trying to help all the other places and this, that, and the other. We'll get back on track soon, blah, blah, blah. However, he crosses the line once he tries to insult Blake and called her a stupid faunus, which gets Weiss to promptly throw him in a dumpster, with the guy's friend actually kind of questioning who they are before as they run off. But we meet up with Maria's friend Pietro, who works on various cybernetics and all this, that, and the other. A longtime friend. He works on her eyes every 10 years or so. And they start to kind of question what's going on here. Kind of noting that, well, Pietro himself actually works up in Atlas. He just comes down here because, it's simpler people, it's less stuffy for the most part. But when they question what's going on, Pietro notes that Ironwood has become very paranoid. Something he saw at Beacon really unnerved him. And because of the way that um, Beacon's defenses went down, um, or was it something in how Beacon's defenses went down made it seem like it was Atlas who had done it, and is very reminiscent of something going on in Atlas, giving Ironwood the thought that someone from Atlas might be a traitor. We know who that is, of course. Come on, the guy with that grand mustache in what's her name's whole group and all that. But you know, it's obvious it's him, but what his connection is to the rest of Atlas, we still don't know. But Ironwood is on high alert, and because of that, the team kind of questions if maybe they should even take the relic to Ironwood with everything that's going on. Maybe Atlas isn't as safe as it once seemed. However, then Pietro notices, hey, you're Team Rwby. And when they question how he knows them, he notes that his daughter mentioned them a lot. However, this is interrupted when an alarm sounds that Grimm have managed to infiltrate the city. So everyone gets battle ready, including Blake, who lost her sword as of the previous season because of the showdown with Adam. Uh, what a showdown. But they go in as a just legion of saber-toothed tiger-like Grimm comes storming into the city, taking down all the defenses. So the heroes battle it out. A great action scene, very well animated. Still doesn't quite have that Monty Owen flair, but that was a league of its own. But still fantastically done action. Like, kudos to the people who are animating the action scenes, because we continue to get greater and greater action scenes that really do show off some amazing styles and actions. Just have so many characters fighting all at once too. That shows a great competency in terms of laying things out. You can clearly see what everyone is doing in the battle scenes, which is very hard to do, and it's just very professionally done, honestly speaking. Like, Rwby continues to just be one of the greatest animated series not done by some specific channel or specific network. Rooster Teeth is not the biggest thing in animation, but you wouldn't tell that by looking at Rwby nowadays. But suddenly these laser blasts come out of the sky, and you see the figure of Penny go flying across the moon, much to the bewilderment of Rwby, as Pietro notes that that is his daughter, and that she's back, she's been repaired, and Penny immediately goes to violently hug her best friend. As Rwby notes, it's just like, how? But we saw you get destroyed. How is this possible? As Pietro notes that he had managed to recover Penny's core, keeping all of her memories and personality intact, so she was rebuilt and made battle ready once again. And that was going to be the kind of the end of the last season with the appearance of Penny, but that definitely would have taken away from Mantle as a whole. Like, that moment with Mantle at the end was great, but seeing Penny would have been the only thing we talked about towards the end of things. But this is a great surprise for the beginning of season 7. Very well done. A good choice overall. But, Penny had been rebuilt, and everyone's so happy, especially Penny, just to see her friend, who was so excited about hearing about all the adventures that Rwby has been on since they last saw each other. But alarms go off somewhere else, and Penny, as the designated protector of the city, has no choice but to answer the call. No, not no choice, but she's too eager to answer the call, as it's Penny, of course she is. So she goes racing off, much to the delight of everyone around who feels like, man, this is kind of great. Everything kind of worked out this time around. We got to reunite with an old friend. Patrons says he'll help get them in contact with Ironwood to some degree. So things are looking up. That is until they end up captured by a group known as the Ace Operatives, an elite squadron within Mantle, think serving directly under Ironwood. I'm not sure quite yet. As their leader even takes the lamp, and when Pietro kind of questions why they're doing this, their leader, what was his name again? Clover? Um, says that, well, they got a report of an illegal landing of a stolen Atlas ship, illegally landing in the city, and then a whole bunch of unauthorized huntsmen started fighting within the city, and it's just like, yeah, no, we're taking you in. But, we'll sort things out after that. And Kronos is just like, yep, that's the mantle I know. It couldn't have been that easy, thus ending our episode, which is just like, yeah, okay. Things were looking a little too up because, man, the series has really had taken a very dark turn ever since the loss of Petty. Like, that really did mark the dark direction that the series had gone in. But having Petty back just kind of made it feel like, oh man, that lighthearted feeling is back again. But we can't let you have too much joy. But man, that the opening theme for season 7 is very good. I'm loving it. I'm just loving what they're doing. The opening theme always just they really go in hard. Love the preview of the new outfits, very winter heavy. I love the new hairstyles everybody's rocking. Although Blake's, I don't know, I'm not quite sure about the bob cut. It might take some time to grow on me because I do miss Blake's long hair. Like, she had such beautiful black long hair, but I'm waiting for the explanation as to why she cut her hair. But aside from that, loving the style, loving the look. It looks like the Ace Operatives will play a big part in this season. Maybe. It's hard to tell sometimes. But, also John's haircut. No, 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 John. No, no, no. Moving on, though, but Monty Odom's legacy continues on. I know there's a lot of debate, a lot of things going on in terms of things in the background that kind of give me a little bit of pause, but I still continue to enjoy the series as it's just nice. It's nice to see, this thing that was Monty Odom's baby still continuing on for 7 years. Like, this legacy just shines, you know? That it just shows what a great creator he was because he was just able to build that legacy after just a few seasons, and it's continued onward because of the team behind it. And despite everything, I'm just glad that the series is still around, if nothing else. And not to mention, Mantle just looks beautiful. The concept illustrations are always great, but I feel that with each season, the concept art is always just better realized and it's better done, and it is fantastic work. And the team really should be proud of what they do. You get more people in on this, and it just continues to shine through in the art direction. Like, geez, the art direction has just been fabulous for some time now. And I have to applaud the team who work on this series because it's almost better than most things out there on TV today. Like, you compare this series to something like Miraculous Ladybug, who feels like it has a bigger budget, and it doesn't compare, especially in terms of art direction. The team really goes in hard. On Penny, I'm loving the new design. Very frilly, just very frilly, and it just kind of really suits Petty for the most part. I'm loving the dress. It's just fantastic. Her bubbly spirit just really shines through here, and that cowlick, she's cute as a button, cute as a Petty, and it just really was a great episode, a great start to a new season. Fantastic new meetings and reuniting, and I can't wait to see what happens next as I explore season 7 and to get to season 8. But tell me your thoughts on this episode in the comment section below. If you like this review, leave me a like. If you did, feel free to leave me a dislike. Subscribe and hit the bell icon if you don't want to miss out on more of my Rwby Volume 7 reviews. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.